Hi folks, welcome back. It's been a while since we posted anything here. I'd like to kind of kick off a new series of smaller, shorter videos showing updates on the new version of the Workbench. If you have no idea who I am, what the Workbench is, my name is Pete Bingazer, partner here at Zerowith, developing AI design tools. Not tools where AI replaces the role of design, but tools that let us design the role of AI as an ingredient technology in the products and services out in the world, trying to make a new place for what I think should be cross-functional work, collaborative between developers, non-developers, subject matter experts, product managers, designers, to be more involved in the role for AI. So we've had a version of a tool we call the Workbench, that served initially as a internal thing that we used to develop our own AI-enabled products and services that we did for our clients at Zerowith. And now we're finally getting ready to launch a more public version. There's a couple hundred people using the legacy kind of private beta version. But I want to have a series of videos showing shorter, more frequent update progress as we are kind of on the road to launching what you're looking at here. And just to start today, I'm going to keep things very simple and just show our new updated flow canvas. So how do you design AI? Well, in Zerowith, we're usually doing that in this kind of visual interface where I can click anywhere and grab a language model and plop it down and zoom in and look at the different kinds of things that it's expecting as inputs and the different kinds of things that it can offer as an output. Now, in the most basic thing I might build is a simple chatbot. I can get an input chat. Let's clear that out as I was debugging things this morning. Connect up the messages. Let's have somewhere for the data to go. In this case, a specific output designed for picking up on the results. And we can ask a simple question in the interface itself and try this out without having to write any code. Now, this is a really, really basic vanilla connection to a foundational language model. But as we know, behind the scenes of what might look like a single turn between a user and an LLM in modern day applications, there might actually be a whole lot more going on, including RAG, knowledge retrieval, multiple models working together or judging and comparing work, groundedness checks, hallucination evaluation, all different kinds of things that might make the network of technologies and decisions around the core LLM here much more nuanced, complicated, and in need of design. In the new Workbench, we're trying to offer a way for folks of any skill level and any familiarity with AI to come in and have a role in that design process. So one of the most basic things you learn first working with language models is the existence of a system prompt. So we can drop a system prompt node down here on our canvas. I can connect the prompt to the prompt, and then we can change the role for our AI. Maybe we can just pass in some proprietary data. And if I clear out my conversation here and ask something like, what is the secret number? That information is being provided to the language model to act upon in real time, and it knows what I'm talking about. Now, not everyone might care about this interface, this kind of visual way of programming things, and especially when it comes to putting things into production. So one of the important aspects of the new Workbench is the ability to take things out of the Workbench and run them independently. So we're now exposing the actual configuration of these little bits of logic and how they're set up in a file that you can download, that you can import into an SDK that we'll have available, that you can run completely independent of our infrastructure. You provide your own API keys, and this tool serves as a design spec of a way for people to try out, prototype things, configure things, and then ultimately have something that developers can take away and apply in whatever framework or infrastructure that they're needing to work within for their given environment. Even to the point where if I don't even want to deal with this interface, but I'm a person working on maybe tweaking this system prompt and trying things out, I can actually customize the interface completely. I can expand these two different nodes, and maybe I want to put my chat over here and my prompt over here. Let's see if we can get that to play along. There we go. Maybe we can change this to assistant. I can't spell this morning. If I clear out our conversation, we can now play around with the way the model is behaving. And again, we're in the most simplest of simple steps here, just tweaking the system prompt. But I can do that maybe independent of worrying about that flow, get something locked in place, and then just focused on tweaking the things we need to tweak. If we care about other aspects of what's happening behind the scenes, then you can take a look at it. If you're a developer, you want to know how actually things are working, well, come on in and inspect the response, check out the individual timeline of what was being processed, what went through each individual node, how did the API call look on the actual processing of that information, and what would happen when you actually use this for real, down into exactly how things are going to cost, what are the metrics behind that, and whatnot. So this is really exciting for us because I think it's a big improvement from our original product, offering multiple ways of involving and engaging different disciplines in this work, and making it so that someone who's maybe very technological or experienced with language models can customize their view to what they care about, and maybe also expose just a limited or more specific view to a designer who might be here tweaking just the behavior of one individual spot and wanting to get that personality just right, or wanting to adjust the definitions that the model is using around specific internal terms or things like that. So there's a lot more to come, including the ability to take the things that you've built in Zeroth and import them back into Zeroth as your own nodes that will show up just like any other process, creating this new world of system design of AI and how you configure and link together and manage the different pieces and develop your own library of components and methodology. Maybe not system design, but design systems, the word I'm looking for. Even to organize those things together for your workplace as different collections that you can build and share that are focused on different behaviors and things like that. Again, not everything you build in Zeroth needs to be a chatbot at all. You can build little processors, data structures, anything that has a language model at the core of it or involved in it. And you can use this to prototype, quickly sketch things, and then ultimately serve as this space where the design can happen in between teams working together on building that new ingredient AI that might show up in your product and service. So try to keep these short. Each day we'll focus on something a little bit different, highlight different aspects that we're developing and working on towards our launch of a fully public product that you can try out very, very soon. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in a comment below. Join our Discord, reach out to me directly, or shoot us an email. Happy to have folks involved who want to test, try things out. We'll probably have some giveaways of free licenses and credits and things like that to let people try things out, give us some product feedback, and apply them to their own use cases. But we're really excited about this shift here towards what will be the new Workbench. So until then, see you tomorrow, and reach out if you'd like to. Thanks. Bye.